Hey everybody, Joy here. Yes, my iron and my ironing board are in my Amazon store. I wanted to show you, did I tell you what day it is? Tuesday, November 9, 2021. I probably just told you that twice. Evidently, according to one of my subscribers, I have ADD. Maybe that's why I can't ever remember the date. Okay. You asked me about the kitty quilt. A lot of you want to make it, and I don't blame you. It is so much fun. I'm tempted to go get 2 kitties. They aren't as much fun as the ones that don't move, believe me. So you asked me what the pattern is called and where you can get it. Here's the cover that came with my quilt kit. I bought the quilt kit. I bought it at the Quilted Cow in Branson, Missouri. Okay? I don't know if you can get just the pattern, but this is it, and y'all can look for it. And it's called PURRFECT LIBRARY, P-U-R-R. And it's by Wyndham Fabrics. And it is the Perfect Day collection, and good luck finding that anywhere. I think they have a little bit of it on, was it eBay? I found a little bit of it. Perfect Day Collection is the name of the fabric by Terry Degenkolb. Let's get that up close. Terry Degenkolb. You can figure out how you want to say her name. Okay? It's Whimsicles by Terry. Whimsicles by Terry. You can see that down there. So if a pattern exists, this is what the cover of it is, and hopefully you can find it out there. I'll look for it when I put this video up, and if I can find just the pattern, I'll of course put it in my Amazon store if it's in Amazon, or I'll put it down there in the description box, in the show more box. Okay, so let me tell you this. I was hoping to have all the blocks put together yesterday. But as always, I'll put the block together, then I'll take it apart, and I'll put it together, and I'll take it apart, because I always think my decisions are bad. Or I think their decisions are bad. That's usually what it is. So I'm going to give you a for instance. I'm making block something here. I don't know what. Let me show you, first of all, a picture. I was having the hardest time. I moved my sewing... When I started this quilt, I had my sewing machine on the table right there where I was working. So I'd arrange it and sew it and arrange it and sew it. Well, since then, I've moved my sewing machine back over where it goes. And so now I have to take it over to the other side of the room and bring it back and take it and bring it back. So my lightning fast mind, after I did that about 50 times, figured out to go get a tray of some sort. You can use a big cookie sheet, a big piece of cardboard, whatever you have. This actually goes into one of those cloth boxes. You know, you unfold them and then you have to put the stiff bottom in them. That's what this is from. So I'm going to show you a picture right here. So you can see how I arranged each of the books. They're all just basically a long, skinny rectangle. You know, each book is a quilt block, piece, whatever. I don't know how to call that, but anyway. So I put the picture right in front of me. Let me show you what else I do. Hold on. I took all of the little pictures in this little book, and I blew them up. So they were bigger, and then I had one bigger picture of each block, so I can put this in front of me, and I'm making just this block. Then I can transfer these measurements over here to help me figure out what to cut out where. So that's just me. That's just me. So then I cut them out, and now that I've gotten, you know, this idea, I line them up on my cookie sheet, let's say. Then I walk over to my sewing machine and I set it down. And then I sew, this is just one thing, doesn't even have anything sewn to it. Then I sew these pieces together, and Now I want to show you something. You probably already noticed it, and you're agreeing with the lady who told me this morning that I have ADD. But Joy, one of those pieces is too tall. That's too tall right there. The reason it's too tall is when I looked at the picture that I just showed you, and I looked at this block, I decided that this book right here was too short. They had it like down here. And I thought, well, I don't want that book that short. I want my book taller. So that's why the piece that makes the wall is too tall. No big deal. I will just sew all these together from the bottom up, and then I will cut the ceiling straight. That's just me, okay? I made this one according to the pattern, this one according to the pattern, this one according to the pattern. But this one I decided I wanted this book taller. That might be the story of Trix. Since Trix is black, that's going to be the story of Trix. That'll be real cute on there. Okay? Now, of course, I will take this and sew it to this, and this and sew it to this, and this and sew it to this, and this and sew it to this. So that's how I am putting this kitty cat quilt together. I am telling you, it is the most fun. I have had the most fun doing this quilt. At first, I didn't like the gray for the bookcase. I told Viv, I don't like that gray bookcase. I was going to make it brown. But then, when I got to the bookcase part and I wanted to start making it, I thought, well, duh, the gray looks perfect with it. Of course it's supposed to be gray. So you'll change your mind. You'll keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I am going to sew this together. This is the most hardest part. I'm going to show you the hardest part of this whole quilt. I found a pointy thingy. I think it's to poke like corners through stuff. So the hardest part of this whole quilt, to me, this has been difficult. I did it. I had to read and reread and read and reread and read and reread and read and reread. But I finally understood what the lady was talking about. Her measurements didn't come out exactly like she said they would, but you still can work it. This right here, there's about 6 of these in the quilt. These crooked books that go at an angle. That is the most difficult part of this quilt, unless you think appliquing the kitties. I have heard from several of you who know my friend Becky at Power Tools with Thread that I should applique the kitties with her whatever applique. Of course, I can't think of what it's called right now. Simply Applique? I don't remember, but it's some kind of software she has that helps her make any kind of an applique sew out by itself with an embroidery machine, okay? I can't figure out how to do it with my kitties because my kitties have, let me see if I can show you. Take that kitty right there. My kitties are all solid colors. So his head, his legs, his thighs, his feet, his tail, they're all the same color. So if I put that in Simply Applique, it's just going to applique all around the whole entire cat. As far as I know. I need it to applique around this thigh right here and around this foot, and I need it to come up this leg and applique around that leg, and I need it to applique around his head. Now, and I need it to applique around his ears and his nose and everything. And I've got to put some whiskers on him and his mouth on him. All of them have a mouth and whiskers. I think you can tell by that one. See, his mouth and his whiskers? I have to sew all those on with my sewing machine. So I don't know how Simply Applique can know to applique around all these pieces because you cut them out separately and then I just place them up there. You know, I think, oh, his tail should go here and his thigh should go here and his ear should go here and his whatever. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know how Simply Applique is going to know where I put those pieces. When it looks at it, it's going to see all one color. So maybe my friend Becky will say, Joy, like y'all did showing me the Christmas tree angle. So, if Simply Applique can do that, I think you can see his thigh right there. Actually, I have thousands of dollars, and you're like, oh, Joy, it's not that much. Yes, thousands of dollars in the Bernina Artista Designer software. I don't know how much it was to start with. I don't know, $1,200 or whatever. But they are up to version 8, and every time they come out with a version, it's like $600–700 to update to that new version. They're up to 9 now, and I only am up to 8, and I'm thinking, I don't care about it, I'm not buying any more of them. But I can scan the cat into that, and I can turn that into an applique also. So I think I already have the ability to turn something into an applique, but I have done so much of it, and I enjoy doing it. Becky doesn't like to do it, but I enjoy doing it. So I'm just going to do it myself, and sew on his whiskers and sew on his mouth and all of that kind of thing. See? So I just wanted to stab myself with this seam ripper. Dear Lord, Joy, close that thing up. You know about Keith. Becky has the cutest husband in the whole wide world, and he makes these seam rippers. See? And he makes you a little holder for it because they're very roly-poly and they roll around. And so he sends you a little holder for it so it can't roll around. But these are wonderful. Becky and Keith have some kind of a store, and I know all of you who know me know her because I've talked about her a lot. So, Power Tools with Thread, and you can find out. I think Keith's making up a whole bunch of them so you can get them for your friends for Christmas. They are beautiful. Oh, I'll tell you my favorite one. Where is my favorite one? Oh, I put it in the RV. My favorite one is on a necklace, and you can just wear it. And it's little. It's like half as big as this. And you can wear it, and you just pull the thing out and use it and then stick it back in. That is a really, really nice one. Fantastic gift. Just saying. Since you can see me using it. I have this blue one, and I have a red one, but the red one's in the, half of everything I own is in the RV. All right, I'm going to let you go for now. I've got a devotion to do, but I'll be back soon. I'm not going to be making a blouse today, but maybe I can get them. I have 2 blocks left, and this is one of them. And if I can get that done, then maybe tomorrow I'll cut out a blouse out of those birds. All right? I'll be back. Have a nice day.